Macabre Coven. We are venomous sin.
And venomous sin declares war on hypocrisy, fake fucks, and the politically correct world that tries to silence you.
We are the band that refuse to kneel.
And stand up for the ones the world tries to silence with fake smiles and so-called status.
You screamed, we hear.
And you are not alone.
Welcome back to the Macabre Coven. It's usually just me here, dripping venom into your ears. But tonight, I wanted to twist things a little. Normally, I chew up topics like this on my own because, frankly, I like to have the last word. But sexual themes in metal and goth music deserve a duel of tongues. So I dragged in Xavi to spill some of his diseased wisdom too. Consider this an experiment in chaos. And don't worry, if he gets too mansplainy, I'll just lace up my PVC boots and kick him in the throat.
Great start, Lina. Thanks for the warm welcome. You basically said, here's my co-host, he's disposable, and I'll stomp him if he breathes wrong. Lovely. Anyway, she's right. I don't usually step into these sexy swamp waters on the podcast, but metal and goth lyrics have always flirted with sex in the most fucked up ways. Not baby I love you pop bullshit. I'm talking crucifucked priests, piss-stained angels, and lyrics that make your HR's anal manual burst into flames. That's the beauty. Sexuality in our music isn't candlelight dinner. It's a ritual execution.
Exactly. It's not about roses and violins. It's about strap-ons as revenge weapons, moaning layered under blast beats, and lyrics that turn lust into a war cry. People freak out when I say metal is more honest about sex than mainstream pop, but it is. Pop pretends, metal confesses. Pop hides behind innuendo. Goth shoves the knife in and licks the blood. And yeah, sometimes it's grotesque. Sometimes it's beautiful, but it's never shallow. And that makes people uncomfortable because honesty about sex is still taboo.
That's the hypocrisy, right? Mainstream can twerk an ass on screen and call it empowerment, but if a black metal band writes a song about necrophilia, suddenly it's the apocalypse. And I'm not saying we should all fuck corpses. Calm down. I'm saying it exposes the double standard. Goth and metal dare to verbalize the fantasies people pretend they don't have. We don't hide the filth, we glorify it. And that's why people call it dangerous.
Dangerous sells, but not in the plastic influencer way. More like, I'm gonna vomit while laughing kind of dangerous. Which is why I adore it. I've always said, if lyrics don't make at least one fragile ego leave the room, they're just coffin candy. Empty sweetness. I mean, look at bands like Typo Negative. Peter Steele basically made a career out of turning sex into funeral porn. Half the time you couldn't tell if he wanted to fuck you, kill you, or both. And that's the kind of ambiguity that keeps goth music dripping with relevance.
Or take Cradle of Filth. Everyone loves to clutch their pearls about the Jesus is a cunt shirt, but the truth is, that shock factor is foreplay. They wrote lyrics like blasphemous BDSM prayers. It's subversive because it's not just, oh, I want to bang you. It's, I'll drag your god into the sheets, I'll fuck him sideways, and I'll write a chorus about it. That's power. That's control. And it freaks people the fuck out because it mixes sex with the sacred, filth with faith.
And let's not forget goth clubs themselves. If you've ever been in one, you know exactly what I mean. The lyrics pulse like a whip, and suddenly you're in a room full of people grinding like their sins got turned into sound. Nobody cares about gender politics in that moment. It's just sweat, PVC, and bass lines that feel like they're fisting your spine. That's where subversive sexual imagery lives, in the space where music and bodies collide without apology.
Which is why I laugh when normies say, metal is angry music. Sure, it's angry, but it's horny as hell too. We just don't make it pretty. We scream it. We moan it distorted. We write lyrics about being tinder-nailed to the wall by your own vanity. It's not baby please, it's kneel, bitch. Big difference.
And this is where we argue. Because sometimes, Xavi, you oversimplify. It's not always kneel, bitch. It can also be tender in the darkest way. Think Lacuna Coil. Think early Paradise Lost. Sexuality there isn't domination. It's longing, despair, love turned into poison. It's still subversive because it admits sex isn't always power play. Sometimes it's just the only thing keeping you from collapsing.
True, but I'll still say the best lyrics are the ones that piss people off. I don't give a fuck about songs that cuddle your ego. Give me songs that make you question if you're turned on or traumatized. That's real art. And metal and goth are the only genres that consistently deliver that.
Which brings me to one of my favorite venomous sin expressions. Fellatio baptized. Because nothing sums up mainstream pop's fake sexuality better. They suck their way into power and call it freedom. Whereas we scream about chains, pierce our nipples, and still manage to write lyrics that stab deeper than any empowerment anthem.
And people wonder why Venomous Sin declares war on pandas but not on porn. Porn at least is honest about what it is. Pandas are manipulative. Porn doesn't tell you it's family friendly. Metal lyrics that dive into filth aren't hypocrites. They're surgeons exposing your repressed fantasies.
Exactly. And let's be real, sexual themes in our music aren't there to give you a boner. They're there to disturb you into thinking about why you're aroused. That's the trick. Shock mixed with seduction. The line between disgust and desire is thin as PVC stretched over fake tits.
Did you just roast yourself mid-podcast?
Shut up, Lord Anal. You love them.
Yeah, can't argue that.
See? This is why I dragged you here. Because when I talk about this alone, people think it's just me being seductive and grotesque for shock value. But hearing it from a guy like you, dripping sarcasm instead of lipstick, balances it.
Or maybe it just doubles the problem.
Good. Problems are sexy.
Fair, but here's the real kicker. Subversive sexual lyrics keep metal and goth alive because they reject the sanitized algorithm world. Pop wants safe, #lobotomized love songs. We give you piss, blood, lust, and rage wrapped in distortion. And that will always outlive the bubblegum bullshit.
Amen. Or unamen. Whatever burns their anal standards faster.
That should be the title of our next song. Anal Tradition Funeral.
Don't tempt me, I'll write it.
Good, I'll scream it.
Perfect. And before we close this little fuck you sermon, let's remind the sinners where to find us.
Visit venomousin.com, check out shop.venomousin.com for merch, find us on YouTube and on Spotify. Search Venomous Sin.
This was the Macabre Coven, sex, filth, and venom, delivered straight into your ears. Remember, music that doesn't disturb you isn't music, it's coffin candy. Stay sinful, my lovers.
And don't forget, kneel, bitch.
See? This is why I usually do these alone.
You love me here.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Venomous Sin declares war on soft endings. So let's just cut here before you start crying.
Fuck you, Xavi.
Love you too.
If you like the show, hit subscribe, share it to anyone you think should hear it.
If you ever been silenced, manipulated, excluded, we are here for you. We are Venomous Sin.
And Venomous Sin declares war!
You are not alone.